All right, so I want to go over the answers to the questions from this last week to make sure you're feeling comfortable. The beginning of this was about slope. So if you remember our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you could make a mini table and find the change in y over the change in x. And again, some of you are still flip-flopping that. So I'm going to make a mini table here. 3 and -2, 0 and 0. So from -2 to 0 is +2, but from 3 to 0 is -3. So my change in y over my change in x is 2 over -3, which would be C. A lot of you did put A because you were flip-flopping the x and the y. The slope of this line is in fact going down, so you should not be picking B or C. So I have a coordinate here at, that appears to be -2, +1, and 1, -1. So I'm going to count. Remember, this is rise over run, and I already know that it's negative, so I have -2, 1, 2, 3 over 3. So this was in fact D. And again, some of you did put A, so be very careful with that. Remember, that formula is on your formula chart. What is the hourly rate charged by the handyman? So again, you can make a mini table here. I have 1 and it looks like 55 and 2 and 85. So this is adding 30 for every 1 hour. So that would be C. And then we have now, pay attention to your titles here. This is average temperature by month. So what will the slope represent? So we have X and Y. So it is the change in the average temp over the change in months. So when we look at that, this one says day, so it can't be A. This one says the change in average temperature per month. Well, that's exactly what we wrote. This is not talking about sampling period or high temperatures or the range of temperatures. Most of you did pretty well on that question. The last one on the first lesson, some of you didn't finish. So I saw a lot of people put +6 and then you chose C. Well, it's not C because remember it is change in Y over change in X. So the change in Y is in fact 6, but the x's are changing by 2. So the slope of this is in fact 3 over 1 or 3. I did have some people put A because again, they're flip-flopping their change in Y over change in X, and I tried to send you a note about that. On this one, this is second lesson, number 1. So you needed to do a couple of things. You needed to graph this. Now remember, because they changed our calculator functions, you would no longer be able to put that in the graph. But you could start with the x and the y-intercepts. Remember, the x-intercept is the x value when y is 0, and the y-intercept is the y value when x is 0. And we talked a while back about in a standard form equation, if you put a 0 in for each variable and you solved, you would get those intercepts. So 4 times 0 is just 0, so I'm going to divide by 3. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, 8. And I can see this says x-intercept, this says x-intercept. This one is okay, and this one is okay. So when I do the x-intercept, 3 times 0 is in fact 0, so I'm just going to divide by 4. So x is 6, so my coordinate is 6, 0. This one says -6. Now I've eliminated all of them. So don't be afraid to plug those numbers in to find those values. This one I suggested to a lot of people that you go ahead and draw the lines. So here is my vertical line. Here's my horizontal line. So notice it talks about slope, but it also talks about functions. The horizontal line is in fact a function. It passes the vertical line test, but the vertical line is not. So vertical line as a function is not true. If I wanted to count my rise over my run, I could say 1, 2, rise 2, run 0. This one I could say rise 0, run 2. So I know that when I divide by 0, this is in fact undefined. But 0 divided by 2 is 0. So a horizontal line has a slope of 0. A vertical line has no slope. because it is undefined. So vertical line has no slope. Number 2 is true. We already talked about 4. Horizontal line has 0 slope. That is in fact true. So the answer I was looking for was B. If we go to the next question, write an equation that is parallel. So we know that parallel means that we have the same slope and we need to go down 3. So first we need to find the slope of this line. So I can count. Again, that's going to be rise over run. So rise 2, run 1. So my slope is in fact 2. And we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3 means that our b is now -4. When I write this equation, I get y equals 2x minus 4. And the majority of you did very, very well on that. Some of you did struggle on this next one though. So perpendicular, a lot of you got the reciprocal or the opposite, but you didn't get both. So this is the opposite reciprocal slope. So if our slope is 2/5, then we need a slope of -5/2. And then we need to use our point slope formula, again, on your formula chart, to plug this in. So we can say y minus a -2, so that becomes a positive, equals -5/2, x minus 2. We're going to have to distribute, so I have y plus 2, -5/2 times x. A negative times a negative is a positive, and positive 10/2, which I can write as a 5. Subtract my 2, -5/2x, 5 minus 2 is in fact a positive 3. Okay? And then here, a lot of you did really, really well here at manipulating your equation. So you were able to go through and you were able to subtract your 7x, y equals -7x minus 28. And then you divided everything by 4. So you were able to see that the slope is in fact -7/4. And then we had -7, and a lot of you chose A. But if you look at these words right here, it says 0. 0 is actually the x-intercept. It is the x value when y is 0. So what you needed to do is go back to your original. You needed to put 0 in place of y. So we would divide by 7. We get x is -4. So our answer is in fact C, because it does say a slope of -7/4. These two are not correct. But a lot of you did miss this one because you got very caught up in the y-intercept and you didn't look at the vocabulary. So be cautious there. On this next one, some of you missed because you have to remember on that point slope formula, the points have an opposite sign because of this negative. So a lot of you were really great. You were able to find your slope. You went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you were able to say rise over run. And you knew it wasn't A or B. So now you needed to do a couple of things. You could pull your coordinate out. So this would be the opposite signs. This would be a -7 and a -2. Well, -7, -2 is way over here, so it can't be that one. This one is going to be a +7 and a +2, which is this coordinate here. So it was D. At a restaurant, jars of tomato sauce are stored in boxes in the pantry. Each box has 8 jars, and they used 2. So if each box has 8 jars, and we want to know the number of jars, so 8 times x, but then we took 2 out of just 1. So this was C. Most of you did very, very well there. Here, the only thing that some people messed up was it said decreasing. So this is our slope, and this is our y-intercept. So if it's decreasing, then we needed to make that a negative. And we're starting with a positive. So this one was actually, and they wrote it in the other way, so that might have confused you as well. It was A. And then our last one, Again, some of you need to pay attention. This is increasing, but this is decreasing. So this means our slope is in fact a negative. So it can't be C or D. This is also an x-intercept. That is not a y-intercept. So be very, very careful. So we can look here from 7.5 to 16.5 is going to be minus 9. That's our change in y. Our change in x, if I look at that same one, is plus 3. So our slope is in fact a negative 3. So we're going to have y equals negative 3x, which the only answer that shows us that is A. Please let me know if you have any questions. I do hope that you found this helpful.